Americans say they lost nearly $1.5 billion to fraud last year. Now, a quickly growing phone scam is targeting banking customers via your text messages. So in one version of that scam, a scammer pretends to be with the bank's fraud department and asks about a fake suspicious withdrawal. Our national correspondent, Jericka Duncan, is here. So what makes this scam? I could see how people could fall for this if you think your bank is calling asking you about something. What makes this one so unique?
Well, these scammers are getting extra sophisticated. Many of us safeguard sensitive accounts from being hacked by using those extra measures like text message verification to sign in. But one man tells us scammers subverted that process and even used his bank's actual phone number to text him.
The lady identified her as Cindy at my particular bank and told me there had been a fraud attempt on my account.
Everything seemed normal when Peter Gunst answered a call earlier this month that he says appeared to come from his bank. The caller asked Gunst, who lives in California, if he'd attempted a transaction in Miami. After Gunst said no, she asked for his bank member identification, and he gave it to her.
And at that point, the lady said, "Okay, we're going to send you a one-time verification PIN so we can check your identity."
The scammer then used his bank member ID to prompt a text message from the bank's real phone number, like others he'd received before, with that one-time verification code. Gunst read it back over the phone, which allowed the scammer to access his account and list off actual bank transactions.
The fact that they used the bank's own infrastructure to send that PIN code to me, which then allowed them to reset my password, made it very credible.
It was only when the scammer asked Gunst for his bank PIN number that he realized something was wrong, hung up, and called the bank's real fraud line to lock his account.
A lot of scams come in through the phone, and more we're seeing them coming in through text message.
Catherine Hudd is with the Better Business Bureau. She says some red flags include if any caller asks for your name, address, social security number, or account numbers. And the best way to make sure you're really talking to your bank, just call the number on your card.
Whether it's a small local community bank or credit union or one of the biggest banks in the country, they can be impostered. So you just have to be really careful.
Gunst, who's a technology lawyer, later tweeted about the scam. He told us several people responded to him with similar stories. The Better Business Bureau says it's a best practice to regularly monitor your bank statements for potentially fraudulent charges. I was just recently hacked.
Were you?
But I checked my account very closely, and that's how I was able to detect it. So it's now being investigated, but there's so many ways. I mean, whether it's through this.
This is really sophisticated.
This is good.
Yeah, they're calling you. You think they're trying to help
from
you.
From a real number.
But
So the
the
trick
bottom line is call. You got to make a phone call.
Make a phone call, and if they ask you for your information about what's your ID number or your password or your account number, because if they're really the bank, they should know what your account number is.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
But I could see falling for that in the heat of the moment. I'm saying I'm trying to help you.
Good thing he pulled up. Jericka, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.